Yo, peeps! What's going on? This episode 79 Paradise Podcast. I'm Hazy. We got Clutch and Bo. And we got our special guest, AbusedBarbie, is in the house. What's going on, guys?
What up,
Hey. What up, everybody?
How we feeling?
Excited?
Excited, good. All
Bobbing.
kinds of stuff. So immediately, right, as always, we have to get into these calls and stop speaking because all the good stuff happens before it even gets going. So I would like to thank you for dealing with our rudeness. Every time Barbie was trying to talk, we were just like, shh, not now, we'll do it later. Right, every time.
Not
But
me.
my
So
apologies.
just asking some questions.
So how are you tonight, Miss Barbie?
I'm good. I'm excited to be on your talk show. Never been on a podcast before. Well, actually, that's a lie. I was on my first one like yesterday, but I'm super excited.
Plug it. What was it called?
It was from Amaranth.
needs no
or
plug.
Amamark or whatever. I don't
Nice.
know. She was my role model. She is my role model. Her crusty microphones make my day. So
Amaranth is your role model.
yeah, my day.
That's
I know
saying a lot.
Tom.com.
She's about her bread, man. Like, doesn't she
Yeah.
own gas stations and
I don't even know. All I know is she licks her microphones and she doesn't wash it off, and I think it's a beautiful moment. So
So about that, I wanted to preface some of this stuff with, I have been seeing you post on Facebook about things like that for
Yeah.
years. For years. So the what we had in common, which I guess I didn't make an impression on you, so you don't remember me, but I remember you. And some of these posts were, I don't even, what would you call them? Raunchy?
Provocative, it's if you take it that way. So I make it to the point where my posts on social media when I'm advertising myself, where it's very provocative only if you take it that way. So I put it to the point where it comes off really, really bad, because if you have a dirty mind, you're gonna think that way. But in all general reality, it's supposed to be PG if we keep it that way, and I explain it that way at the very end if I have to. Like, let's say we get serious and admin decides to block my post. I'm like, well, I was talking about, being the 6'2" ultimate triple threat hot tub streaming, microphone licking, e-girl sensation that likes to fucking beat your ass like you beat your meat on a lonely Friday night. And they're like, oh my God. Like, this is not okay. I'm like, oh, what do you mean? Like, what do you really think that's inappropriate?
So just to be clear, you do nothing of the sort.
No, absolutely not. Like, this is pretty much trolling. Like, you really think I'm gonna lick on a microphone and be in a hot tub while playing Call of Duty? I mean, I'd be amazed if I could do that.
For the right amount of money,
Punishing.
I'd give it a shot.
I mean,
Yeah, me
What
too.
would
eh?
it take?
yeah,
You gotta tell
$5
me
is
twice.
$5 plus a cucumber. So yeah.
For me, it's not that I'm not that expensive.
So you like chicken sandwich kind of guy, or
We were talking before, right? I have 734 followers right now. It wouldn't take much for me to do it.
The bar is set very low.
This
you
guy.
got one follower to rule.
$20
them all.
is $20,
Right.
man.
That's nice.
So
Going in a great direction.
So the fact that you're not actually doing this stuff, it's just essentially a gaslight to either bring in someone who gets it, or the troll that comes in and wants to come in and argue, but then they don't see what they're expecting to see. So maybe you catch a fan that way. But it's like, it's all about gaslighting, essentially, right? To gaslight someone to show up.
It's deception, I guess.
Yeah, or
Gaslight
somebody
is
comes
like-
in for that and is like,
It's something where they take something and construe it into their own mind, when in reality, I don't know. A perfect example I like to use is there's this streamer called Pay Money Wubby. He says provocative things. If you see him, you see him. He's really popular, has like 8,000 viewers. He does pretty much the same thing I do. I'll say some stuff, but in the end, I have to explain myself afterwards, and they'll be like, "Oh, really? Like, really? Is
Yeah,
that what you
that's-
really mean?"
Yeah.
And like either I get really positive feedback. Like, for example, there's this guy named who I met on your guys' Discord called Shampoo, and we've never spoke ever, right? Your Discord, I was able to meet him, and he wanted to play some games, and I was like, okay, let's play some Call of Duty. Never spoke on voice chat. We got into a game together, and right off the bat, the first thing I said on voice chat, he gets killed right in front of me. I was like, wow, dude, you really fucking are trash. Like, you suck. And
Yeah.
then, like, he was like, what the fuck? But then we would banter back and forth. I was like, okay, so he could take the heat. So
Yes.
that's my way. Like I'm a very dark sense of humor, and the reason is because I'm a chef. I work with a bunch of guys, and I'm a gamer that plays FPS games since I was like a child. So put those
So
two
you said you're
together.
6'2" and you're a chef.
Yes, I am.
You're 6'2"?
Two.
That's-
Wow.
Yes.
She threw that
That's
in
my
there
height.
earlier.
That
You guys
is-
didn't hear that?
I did not.
You didn't hear? She like
My
slipped it
my
in
my
there. She was like,
my ADHD might have been doing some dumb shit, trying to transform the fucking image.
Yes, I am the 6'2" triple threat hot tub streaming, microphone licking, e-girl sensation, front to front.
that does nothing of the sort.
Little
Oh.
do you know.
That's why I didn't hear it, because I
Actually, I
heard
just
microphone
wanna let you
licking
guys
took
know-
over.
Wait a second, hold on. I want to let you guys know that I do have a hot tub on my wish list, and literally all it is just a Barbie doll in a hot tub. So when I have my hot tub time, it's gonna be a Barbie doll in a hot tub. So it's gonna be a thing. Don't judge me. It's gonna happen.
No, I
So, I
literally was thinking the same thing. It's like Dr. Disrespect and a female Dr.
Female
Disrespect.
version. Yeah, except
Yeah.
for I'm better than him. I'm 6'2" awesomeness.
Oh,
so
so
I'm
where's
all
the
in
where's the
one go.
mustache then?
No. My mustache is not there yet. But my
No
balls.
mustache.
Wait,
Did you
but
say
my balls
yet
had to be
or anymore?
Yeah.
My balls had to be put on my chest to avoid chafing. So let's be real.
That is a real thing.
Oh
Can confirm.
God. yo. So I don't know where you found us, but I remember seeing your name when you showed up and going, I remember that from somewhere. I can't remember where I remember you. Like, I know that name. So I clicked on your name, and then I saw your real name and the Facebook post that you had posted, right? Because it's so easy. I hate to sound like a creep, but it's really easy. Like, you just click and you find everything. It's one
Yes.
that it just brings you right to the next thing. So I remembered immediately, and you said you had taken a break, so that's why there was a space there where I didn't really see you around. And
Yep.
and you're just now getting back into it,
I am. It's been like a month.
and you're doing well
Really?
already. Like your community was waiting for you to show up again.
Yeah, I had a lot of people show up on my first stream. Like, I was shocked. I was showered with like 70 subs. I was showered with a bunch of followers that I didn't even know because I did advertisement the day of. So when I stream, I don't just click and go live. It's a whole process. And I know streamers, a good handful know this. And then there's also a lot of people that don't. But, you know, it's a whole process before I go live. So it was a good setup for success on returning and constantly going to as well. I'm just trying to find my rhythm of finding a set schedule just because I'm on a little bit of a bender coming from open knee surgery. So my normal schedule as a chef, it's kind of wonky right now. So I'm a little bit, I don't know, trying to figure out a good schedule.
Yeah. But you keep your community engaged and up to date in
always.
Discord.
Yes, my Discord is like my community of everything, so they know like what I'm doing, what's happening, if things get canceled, yada yada yada, so on and so
Right.
forth.
Good. So the reason why I decided that I wanted to ask you to come on is because you're pushing for partner, and I love to have people on. There's only one other person that I actually got on that was pushing for partner, but I've wanted to get other people that are pushing for partner because I know that SP can help when people are pushing for partner, but it has to be. It can't be like with the train and stuff, right? It can only be by exposure. So it's like, let's show someone to the community who has the potential to get there and is really grinding and putting in that grind, right? Because like you said, it's not just going live. It's constant promotion and making videos and posting on your socials. Like it's a genuine grind that can be exhausting, to say the least.
It is definitely a job. It's more than like hitting go live and just, you know, going with the flow. It's definitely a dance in a sense. And I have a full-time job where I work 50 hours a week minimum. So dealing with a 50-hour week minimum on top of trying to push this on my off days, it's really hard. But the thing is, I don't have kids. I've never been married. So it's not that hard. I guess I shouldn't be complaining too much. You know
But
what
it
I mean?
is hard though.
But
It
it's
is
like,
hard.
bro, you know?
It's still a whole nother job.
Yeah, it is.
Only the way that I mean, I feel like I can relate to that more than most people because I went from doing this full time without a kid to doing it full time with a kid.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
it does get harder with the kid because I'm clearly not even remotely like like I was at that time, right? Like before this, I was super active and streaming 40 hours a week and right doing all that crap. I can't do that anymore. It's impossible. But it doesn't mean that it's not possible. You know what I mean? Like
Sure.
I can still do it. I just won't be able to do it to the extent that I was doing it. But yeah, it doesn't mean it's
You'll have
not
to get
hard.
like
It's hard.
you'd have to get very disciplined in a routine too.
Exactly. That's why
Like,
I'm struggling. Like, I need to put a set schedule and I need to follow it, and that's why I'm like trying to tinker with it right now. So I'm like kind of in a weird funk at the moment just because of my leg situation. But once that clears up, I usually have Sundays and Mondays off, and those are the days that I'll be streaming. But they'll be like whatever times. And you got to realize too, a lot of streamers are saturated during the day too, being in America, so you gotta filter that. You have to take that into account, and then you gotta see like, oh well, what's the best
timing,
time
right?
to stream and yada yada. It's a whole plethora of stuff, layers on top of layers on top of layers of
I
things.
can tell you
gotta
that
think of.
Monday morning would be a good day because Monday mornings
Yeah.
I work from home and I go online, like I go on Twitch because I'm gonna put this on the background, get the train up, but there's like nobody streaming.
Like
Yeah,
nobody
no,
actually
Monday
streams.
morning
Like no,
is
like none of the
actually
people
really
that I'm
good
actually
time. Yeah.
following, there's not a lot of people streaming, and I don't know why. But it's like
Like
one of the days I work from home, and it's like everybody's on Tuesday, no problem, but I'm in the fucking office.
Right, for sure.
so, tell us about a little bit about your setup. I know that currently I'm dealing with this issue, and we were speaking about it a little bit. I got a Go XLR, and I've been pushing these to everybody, and then out of nowhere, all of a sudden, they just go, "Hey, we're done messing with this Go XLR, and we're putting this on the back burner. And we're gonna fire our whole squad." And
I don't even know if it's on the
gonna be all-
back burner. I think it's just gone. It's like off
It
the
is the
stove
back.
it's
completely.
dead.
Really?
Listen, okay.
I didn't know about
Well,
this.
there's like people clinging on to the life.
Yeah,
that
there's
there is
people
there.
clinging, and I'm one of them.
There's
Right.
people. Well, there has been people that have been
zero?
asking for them to make the software open source, so the community can just take the bug fixes and make the adjustments. Like I did see
Right,
that.
so-
I did see that.
Man,
I don't know if they
people
ever did
who
it.
don't
That's
have
great.
a microphone like this, people who use a headset, if you get a professional microphone, they have these huge cables, and then you have to use what's called an XLR. And the most popular one out there was the Go XLR. That was the one I actually received from my boyfriend's mom as a present. I was like, oh my god, this is so cool.
That's
But
a
then-
beast present
That's
too.
That's a good
Right,
present.
it was awesome. I was like, wow, like thanks.
I-
And so I realized what Hazy you were saying. The team started, stopped working on the software updates and so on and so forth for the Go XLR. So I decided to buy the Elgato Wave XLR. So now I got two XLRs, but I have one that stays up to date, and then there's another one which I do love, the Go XLR. It's amazing. It's just so sad.
It is
to see
sad.
that
They're
not working out.
It's a wonderful
I did
piece
not
of
know.
equipment.
It's being held on to by literal ex-employees in the Discord. It literally, it's called TC Helicon. They're in this Discord, and like they'll help you fix it if it fucks up, but like there's nowhere to send it. They're not making.
There's
new
no more.
parts for it.
There's no
But
more
why?
software
Is there-
updating. There's
Is there a reason why?
They
It's a
opened a
lot of
whole
work,
brand
yes.
new. Well, they have a. Did you hear how they made a brand new like company or something? They opened up a brand new company working on different like
Tell me. I
projects,
don't know.
software.
yeah. So
This
so
is
Barbie,
something I saw briefly. I don't really know
So,
too well.
I wanted to ask you because you can't see my mic, but you can vaguely see it in the picture, and obviously you could hear it. What mic do you think I have? Because I know I asked you. I just confirmed what mic you have when we got in here, but
guys
based
got
on
the
the
same
quality,
The quality. I don't know. It sounds like. Well, it sounds like a Hyper X, but it doesn't look like one.
no, it's not.
don't
I it is a USB mic. It's
Oh, it
not an
is?
XLR.
I-
it is a USB mic. It's the
I
Beacon.
have no idea. The
so
Beacon.
so Beacon, and I have the Beacon mix. Beacon is who the creators of Go XLR, the people that actually created it, they had left before this announcement of
That's
them
the
firing everybody.
company that
And these
made
are the
them,
this is the
Beacon.
company that they stepped
Yeah.
away to do.
Okay, so that's what I'm referring to is Beacon. What he's talking about. So they.
So
are
I'm using
now
a Beacon
established
mic.
Beacon. Yep.
That
So
makes
you've
sense.
already
the Beacon.
gotten to the new company, Bo?
Bro,
yeah, he's
don't you
jumped
know
ahead
that
of
I'm
us.
going
I
to
know,
test?
bro, you just gotta say
I'm
that.
going to find hardware and I'm
Yo.
going to test it. You can
Dude,
always
he's got
come
a
to me
Subaru
for
on,
hardware
and he's like, I'm
for
out.
hardware questions.
Yo, what is that app on what is it, Temu? That like wish.
Oh, I don't.
that
Yeah,
Wish
that's like
You're
Chinese
like the
Amazon.
fucking Temu Harris Heller.
Yo, Harris
The
Heller is the
Harris
first one
Heller.
who talked. No, Harris. I actually got this because Harris had talked about it. Like he was the first place I seen this at. They gave it to him. It's the creators of the Go XLR. What they had left and made this, and then the rest of the XLR team was held on to for a couple years and then or a year or so, and then TC Helicon let them go. But
So
for a USB mic, I'm actually pretty pleased with it.
It's
So
not
this
bad.
is-
Have
this
you
is
heard of the
definitely-
Hyper Quadcast? I mean, that one's a really good mic too. Before you even
Yeah,
upgrade to,
it's
like,
I have it in
Shure
I
mic.
have one in a
Like,
box over there.
Hyper's really good.
Isn't
Yeah,
that
no,
another
those are really good.
USB?
It's a
I
USB
believe
as well.
so. Yeah, and that one's really good. Like I had that one before I had the Shure mic, and then I first started out with the Yeti, which was the worst decision I ever made. I had the Yeti Nano, and then I had the Yeti Blue, and I was like, maybe if I get the Blue, it's better. No, terrible decision. Don't do it. And then so I finally got the Hyper. Was really happy about that one until I was able to get the Shure
The
mic.
shipping
so-
label, but I got it.
So that's exactly what I was getting into the question.
Yeah.
Tell us about your setup. So you switched from the Go XLR to the Elgato XLR stuff?
Yeah, so I have the Elgato Wave XLR. I use the Elgato Stream Deck. I use an Elgato capture card. So I have those 3 software programs, and it actually makes it really easy to stream because then once I turn on my computer, the software programs launch together and it syncs up together, so I can control everything really easily. I can create virtual audio plugs instead of downloading like a software program such as like Banana Voice, Banana Meter, or whatever, which made my life really complicated before I had this stuff. But now that I do have it, it makes it a lot easier. My Stream Deck I only use to control my audio. I don't really use it for anything else. Well, and also changing scenes, but I'm thinking about getting pedals for that so I don't look awkward when I go in and
I
touch a
haven't
button.
seen the pedals before, but
You know
I
what I
know
mean?
what you're talking about because I do that all the time. To the
I hate
point
that,
where
and I look terrible, and I'm just like, like, oh, I got
People-
cucumbers, and then like it just looks fucking weird. You know what I mean?
people call me out on it. They're like, "Oh, I knew you were gonna change the voice." Like,
Yeah, and pedals are to prevent that, so you could just sit there, and then your feet does all the work, and it just like changes the scenes, and you could just be like,
Elgato?
oh my god.
I've
I have
seen
no
a lot
idea.
of people use it
I don't know yet.
for muting, like muting
Yeah,
Discord,
that's what the main thing.
so that they can go on, and that's like a good one because you do that quite often. Like, I honest to God want to get them for gameplay because I play Counter-Strike, and I sometimes would like to just mute everything and focus. Again, I've thought about getting pedals literally for gameplay.
so they have an Elgato Stream Deck pedal. Wow.
Yep.
Oh wow, see, that would be
Yeah,
perfect.
Elgato makes
That's
it.
fire.
For navigating.
And you know
back and forth.
Elgato's great. All that stuff incorporates very well together.
Yeah, no, it's great, and that's why I ended up getting the Elgato after the Go XLR, just so I can be in sync with everything and just kind of go with the flow. Another thing is, I spent around $1,000 on a camera just recently too, and I have to get an attachment for it, and it's about $300. But I have a Sony
ESL,
mirrorless
or-
camera. A16 whatever, I don't even know. I don't know much about cameras. All I know is I'm just using it for a webcam and it's overrated, and my friends think I'm dumb.
I have actually
Wow.
heard that the piece to transfer the video, because it's supposed to be 4K and all that shit, right? Like
Mhm.
it's that super clear.
Oh yeah.
Like
Yep.
you can tell when someone
Like
has
you
one of
can
those cameras.
literally see a pimple.
Yeah,
on
yeah, yeah.
my
Yeah,
face
but
if you
it's
want.
also like really good for like like we were saying. I've been thinking about getting one, but I just can't validate it. I don't stream enough. But they're really good with depth, like changing the depth perception too. Really
Yeah,
good
so
at it.
my buddy told me this at work yesterday, and he is a streamer too, and he's local, and so he's like, oh, that's really cool, but you need the lens. I was like, what are you talking about? Like, I thought I had everything, but it's also like I still get some grainy stuff on the Elgato software program when I bring it up. I'm like, why is it kind of grainy? It's got like a little bit of pixelation. He's like, you need to get this lens, blah, blah, blah. Every streamer uses it. And what it does is it'll autofocus on my face even more clearer than how it is now. And it'll blur out the background and just
Oh,
really,
right.
he showed me his Twitch stream. He's like, check this out, dude. I was like, oh my God. Like,
I've
dude,
seen that before.
you look so HD. It's insane. Like, I thought like my 1K camera was great, but that lens like changes the whole game when you throw it on your camera. It's crazy what a lens does.
They have that as an effect for the USB cameras, but it doesn't look anything like it does when it's you know what I compare that to is voice mod, right? Like
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like it's
Yep,
like
voice
voice
mod, for sure.
mod to the Go XLR, right?
Yeah.
The two are just not comparable at all, and
Right.
that's essentially what it is.
Eventually, I'm gonna get that, and then I want to build a second computer. Right now, I have here. I'll show you my computer real fast. This is what I'm working with.
I seen the picture actually. This thing is crazy looking.
Yeah, it's a little bit. That seems like a
Like the
little bit-
case is badass.
It kind of looks like it's coming
Oh.
off of Star Wars in a sense. I don't know. how to
Sweet.
describe
Yeah,
it.
that's a different style case head.
But anyways, my plan is now to build a second computer and have that one computer solely just bring up my software program for streaming, and then have my other computer just play Call of Duty or CS:GO or whatever FPS game I'm playing, so that way it doesn't overrun.
Wait,
Not that
hold
this
a sec.
computer's
You play
bad,
Counter Strike?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh shit.
That's
Alright.
what my
That
next
Hit you up
question
later.
That
was.
was
Is
my
what
main
games
were.
FPS game.
Oh,
Yeah,
ahead,
dude, like
Bo.
I
Take
grew
over.
up that game.
No, I've been like, I was actually like just in a Discord today talking to some people, and I was like, I'm done. Like I'm almost done with this game. I can't stand solo queuing anymore. Like in Counter Strike, like in CS:GO, it wasn't bad, but in CS2 with Premiere, like I played yesterday with people, like all randoms. I just played by myself. I got 4 randoms. They all had microphones, but they only used it after the round to talk shit to each other. They wouldn't make any
my
calls. Then 2 of them
my
left the
God.
game. Bro, I almost threw my computer out of the window. I was so pissed. Because I'm playing like Premiere matchmaking, like for Elo. Like I'm not just like hopping in and whatever happens. Like I either rank up or I rank down. Is that your main game?
It was for a long time. The chat's talking about the camera. You guys, I just want to let you know, side note, chat. I put more money into my setup than I do ever make on stream. I'm just gonna let you all know, if you really have a passion, don't let your dreams be dreams. Okay, anyways, back to
Yeah, I can confirm. I have
100%
like
facts though.
Yeah, I have never made out than how much money I've put in my setup. I'm gonna let you all know that right now. I am beyond negative than I am positive. But anyways, CS:GO, I have grown up. So when I was around 17 years old, I used to go to a cyber cafe in California, and it was a sausage fest. Okay, I am not lying. There was one chick there, and we are best friends.
and
Like,
she
to
is
this day.
6'2".
No, she's actually she's like 5'2". She is a mini me. So when she stands next to me, she's like she's like the annoying chihuahua. Like when we go to a bar and she spitfires while I'm standing in the back. I'm like, yeah, fuck him up, Danny. Like get him. You know what I mean? And then she's like, hold me back. I'm like, okay. But anyways, this cyber cafe got me into CS:GO. It was like my life. Like I had the worst computer setup you could ever imagine. My setup was like on a milk carton. I'm not even lying. I have photos. Oh, sorry, my camera went off by the way.
Camera.
Yeah, give me
Oh
1 second.
shit!
No, I don't
See?
have. So
The camera's not even worth it.
no, it's not that.
No, you need your AA batteries died. That's what it is.
Yeah, so I need what's called a what is it called? Freaking, I can't remember the name.
I
of it,
forget what
but
it's called either. This is why I don't
Yeah.
have this setup. It's just too much money.
It's very
There's too many parts to it.
Yeah.
Wait, hold
Give
on,
me
does
1
that-
second.
You actually need batteries for the camera?
Yeah, there's a battery pack you have to buy to plug in to keep it charging, or the battery will
I've
die.
heard about this because
This is
the
I want
camera-
a
The camera is set up so that way you can take it and recharge.
it's
it
not
and
it's not actually like a webcam. This is an
it's
actual
not a webcam.
this
right,
is
it's an
actual
camera.
photography camera. Like it's a real legit camera.
That makes
Yeah.
sense. Okay.
So you got to
Alright,
buy a
give me
battery
1
pack
second.
and a cam link and a lens.
Cam
It's like a
link, that's what it
$2,000
is.
setup.
Cam
You need like a $2,000. It's like a $2,000 setup, like all said and done. If you buy it everything brand new.
And that's
Yeah.
that's you have it set up now. Like you have it set up. You're saying that's
All right,
what
you
you're
can see
working
me
with?
now. We're good. All right, good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, she doesn't. That's what happened. Is that what happened? It died?
So, yeah, it died. So this is what I have coming in tomorrow in the mail. Give me 1 second. Let me just Google it. It's like a so right now I have double extra batteries like when it dies, but then I realized my buddy who I was talking about earlier, her streams, he's like, oh, don't be using those batteries. You're gonna fuck up your camera like that. He says, oh, you need to get give me 1 second. I'm gonna tell you right in a sec. It's called a dummy battery kit for Sony Alpha whatever. So what it essentially does is it plugs literally into the wall, and it'll constantly keep it at a charge all the time instead of draining the battery. Because yes, I'm using a real Sony camera. It is not a webcam. It has to be plugged in. So my camera dies around like 1 or 2 hours, and I just didn't change the battery before the stream. I just totally spaced. My bad.
That's
But
fine.
it just shows you an example. Like I did pay around, like if you think about it, like $2K just for the camera, and then you start adding like my monitors. One of my monitors I'm using is Diac monitor that esports uses, and it changes colors and it changes like the format, and it's like Diac is like no movement shake, so it's less motion when you're playing an FPS game. And this monitor was around $600, and I love it. It's really amazing. And then I have my regular monitor
rate on that.
It's only a 1080p monitor, and it's 24 inches. So it's not, everybody's like, oh, why are you doing that? I'm like, well, I do it because you don't want to have such a big screen where you're moving your eyes too much. So when you actually go and see COD players professionally,
Super small, yeah, I know what you mean.
It's got to be 24.5 inch monitor, because you want to make sure you're not moving your eyes way too much across the screen, and then you're straining your eyes too much. So
What's
everybody's
the
like, oh, your
refresh?
refresh rate's crap. I don't know off the top of my
On the
head. I'm
monitor?
not
Okay.
super computer savvy, but I'm sure if I send you a link, you could check it out.
It's probably not that
Okay.
high, but that's not really the point.
But
it might
most-
be now for competitive play. But
Yeah,
That's
it's a
still-
competitive
yeah,
play is
40 hertz.
360. Most
Really?
competitive play
Oh
is
my God.
360.
I didn't know that.
But those competitive plays, you're talking about LAN competitive, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
I'm
you're
talking about, like-
No, I'm like I went to the casino called Mystic Lake, and there was thousands of people, and this was a massive like sponsorship for like $50,000. Okay.
right, but
So
they're
I
all
saw that-
connected on a LAN.
Oh yeah. Sorry, they are.
Yeah,
They are
yeah.
connected on LAN. They're all on computers, and then they use all controllers too as well, and they're all the same monitors, the Diac monitors, and they're all connected together. So yeah, they are.
Yeah, so that every person in that room is in the lobby, whatever it is.
It's like when they do like the Counter-Strike LAN events, there's no internet. You're playing on like there's
connection.
zero lag.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're all connected
Zero
to each
lag.
other. No lag, no internet, nothing.
Right,
No,
that's like
you're not
old
going.
school.
I'm lagging. That's why I'm dying. Like no, you're just
Right, no,
bad.
this is like the hardcore. They want to make sure that there's no excuse at the end of the day with these things. With that much money at stake, it's nuts, like crazy. You should go to one if you've never been to one. They're so nuts. I remember when I went there. This is a really good story. I was in the crowd, and I'm on camera too, so I got it somewhere. But I remember screaming, "Twist his dick! Twist his fucking dick!" I'm just screaming, "Twist his dick!" Yeah, exactly. I'm just screaming that, and then there's this chick, like fucking 3 rows over, and she's like, "You sit over here with me," and I'm like, "Yes," and I'm fucking shit faced, so I just get up and I'm like going over there, and then you hear the guy on the PA announcement. He's like, "Please stop using profanity words." I was like, "My fucking bad," and then I sat down, and it's on camera, and I was like, "Yo."
What? Where is that a meme? Is that like a viral video, or is that from a movie? Because I
Twist his
I
dick.
don't
It's a movie. It's a movie, but
Is it a
it's.
movie?
I thought it was just like a fucking
Viral
clip.
video.
Pretty sure it's.
Like,
I feel like it's like a
clip.
Ben Stiller thing, or not Ben Stiller. Ben.
No, it's definitely not, dude. There's definitely
not Ben Stiller.
it's
That's not what I
definitely a
meant.
fight. It's definitely a fight, and it's definitely a guy that's like, twist his dick off.
I feel like it's
Yeah,
like
and they were at a
Adam
restaurant.
Sandler or
Like
something.
a UFC fight, like an
It
MMA
was a
fight. It was
UFC
like,
They were
fight.
exactly.
Yeah,
exactly
I remember
Clutch.
that.
They were at a wrestling, and it was just this
Oh.
skinny white boy, and he just
Yeah.
stands up out of
He's
nowhere, and
going-
he's like, "Twist his dick." I was like,
Yeah,
"Yo,
Yeah,
dude."
I pulled it up. It's a fight of some. It's an MMA fight.
But
Yeah,
that
so
dude is
so
legendary. That dude's
That's-
legendary because everybody knows the twist his dick off.
Oh, chat
Everybody-
says it was in Australia. See, look at that.
It was in
Yeah.
Australia. Okay, facts. Hadouken would know. Hadouken would know. So, what
Yeah,
other
good
games
stuff.
do you play besides Counter Strike? And
So now,
FPS
Counter Strike, right? Counter Strike and Call of Duty. I mean, I grew up with FPS, so I do heavily a lot of that. But I really, really am passionate about Diablo. I was really sad about Diablo 3. I think it was a disgrace. Everybody needs to be fired. Whoever created Diablo 3 and put time into it. But Diablo 4 is all right. It's good. It's good.
I actually-
but Diablo
I-
2 is really great.
I didn't play 1 or 2, so I'm not one of the hardcore fans, and I didn't play 3. but I did get 4.
Nice.
4.
So
and I
you
played through
okay.
4.
That's good.
And I played the first season.
How did
And
you
I
feel
did
about
enjoy it. But let me tell
Good.
you something about the grind of that game. It's impossible. There's
No.
no shot that you can be level 100 every season unless you are putting in massive time into that game.
It is
So-
a lot easier than Diablo 2, and that still pisses me off. How
Really?
easy it is. Yeah, it's like
It
makes
was
me
quite easy.
And you know what? A lot of people say like, "Oh, is it MMORPG?" It's actually a hack and slash game, and I love it because it keeps your finger occupied in many ways more than one.
Yeah.
And
No, I know what you mean. It's just constant. You're constantly attacking or moving something and
Yeah, you constantly
teleporting
got to move that hand
Yeah.
nonstop. Lots of
No,
motion.
Never
for
stop.
sure.
Never stop.
You keep going.
So if
No
you're not
spin,
playing
no loop.
Diablo or FPS, what are you doing?
So then I work.
Yeah.
If
And
I'm
you're
not playing
passionate
games,
about
I'm
your
like-
job.
I am. So I am a chef. I'm a chef de cuisine for a fine dining restaurant. I'm into molecular gastronomy and quantum levitation. I do fine dining food in an underground wine cellar. I'm in charge of a lot of boys down below there, and I run my full staff. I do the ordering, the inventory, the scheduling, the so on and so forth. I make a good salary paying job, so that's why I wouldn't give up my job to stream full time unless it was paying more, obviously, or the same.
Like
rate
Amaranth
as
pay,
making now.
right?
Yeah, unless I'm like sucking fucking crusty microphones and making a living, then that'd be great.
You know,
But don't let your
listen,
dreams be
Amaranth,
dreams, guys.
I honestly am. Let me say something about Amaranth real quick. When the whole Fousey Tube thing happened, when he got arrested, do you remember when that happened, Barbie? Were you?
No, I was.
So
I was
Fousey Tube
unaware.
went crazy and got arrested, and Amaranth was just hanging out with him like just prior to it, and she talked to the guy. She gave him the guy who helped. There was a guy who trolled him into handcuffs. Basically, he was having a manic episode, and this dude Ganville called his hotel room that he was in and told him he was calling his mom, just gaslit him to hell. And he ended up calling the cops and essentially swatting himself because
Oh
the
my
cops
God, what
didn't
an
want to
idiot.
do anything. This was literally a troll that should be studied. I'm not even kidding, right? So then Amaranth literally interviewed the dude, right? She interviewed him. She watched the whole thing play out from his perspective and then interviewed him, and she's incredibly smart. Like people think
she's pretty cool.
people
Yeah.
think that she's just like this sex thing, like because she does OnlyFans or whatever, does the hot
Whatever,
tub
yeah.
stream. She is incredibly smart. I was so impressed with her breaking down this whole thing, like psychologically, like she broke down the whole thing.
Yeah,
I
her
was
topic
impressed.
was why can't you get laid? Come join my voice chat. I was like, oh, this is gonna be fucking stupid as fuck. So I decided to join her voice chat just so I could talk to her. I wanted to tell her how much of a big fan I was, and I love her cucumber sucking, microphone licking shenanigans. But it turned out to be a whole different story. She dragged
was
me
the
up, and
story?
I was actually the chosen one. So I had to. She was like, hey, you know, and I'm like, fuck, man. There's like fucking 5,000 people watching me, right?
Yeah.
Chat's just
Wait,
going
this was
crazy.
yesterday?
This was yesterday or the day before? I can't remember. Yes, was it yesterday? No, day before. Day before.
Oh, yesterday it was on stream, obviously.
Yeah, and it was on Twitch. You can go find it and skim
We
through
can
it. It's
go
like,
watch her
I'm the first person. Yeah, you can if she keeps her VODs. I don't know.
She
But I'm
definitely
the
does.
first
They probably
person
might be
that-
subscriber only, but I'll pay for a
Whatever.
sub to see it.
But I'm the first person that she dragged up because she's like, all right, Chad, who's there? And she drags me up, and then she just starts talking. She's like, all right, what's your story? So I had to just come up with some like bullshit, like, hey, yeah, I have a boyfriend. You know, like I panicked. I was like, oh
So
man,
you-
I don't want to get yeeted. I didn't want her to kick me out. You know, she's my #1 fan. I fucking love this bitch.
Why
So I just
would you, so what you don't so what
We-
do
we
you
just
think happened?
talked.
So you just froze?
No, we just talked. We talked for like 30 minutes about like my life, about my boyfriend life, about my relationship, about me and my boyfriend. I was like, yo. And then like she's like, tell me about yourself. What do you do? And you're like, okay, so you do that. Well, does he do this, this, and this? And I was just like, oh
She was
yeah,
playing
you know.
therapist.
Yeah, she was playing a therapist. But before the stream, like before her and me were talking, she was making a lot of sense and key points about how girls play in general with the boy field, like how dating and so on and so forth. And a lot of the chats just going like, oh my god, is that serious? I'm like, yeah, some of it's pretty true. It's actually really smart. And
What would you say her
How
fan
old is
base
she?
is?
I don't know how old she is, and her fan base, you know, I'm not too sure. I just know at the time there was 4,000 views, and there was about 16 people waiting to chat, and I was the one that selected in her Discord that was live, and that was it. And that's all I know. I don't really know. Honestly, I really don't know much about her. I just know her crusty microphones. I'm gonna
So
be
she
real
was
with you.
born in '93, so she's 30, maybe.
Oh, and I'm
like-
32. So
Yeah.
when's her birthday?
Hey, 30 gang.
When's your birthday?
I'm 30.
Hey, let's go 30 game.
I'm 30.
Thirty,
I'm
yeah,
32,
yes.
actually.
It
I'm
doesn't
32.
actually have an actual date.
No, not
or-
32. I meant like 30 also.
It doesn't actually
Oh.
have a
Oh,
actual date.
30.
It says
I'm not, but I mean, it'd be
1993.
nice.
Yeah, it just says 1993 as a birth date, and
Same.
that she's been active since 2016.
No, it'd be funny if she's like, I'm a Taurus and the Gatorade belongs in the moon and so on and so forth and whatever. This is my personality. That'd be fucking
No, so the reason I was
I would
asking was
troll so
because
hard.
For
the reason I was asking was because of the age. The age would kind of tell me like if like technology was like on her side, or if she like maybe she is super smart because she's had a degree and had to study in college because you know like she had no idea that Twitch would be a thing. Like
I
you know
think
what I mean?
she's like us. I think she's like us because I messaged one of her mods in there. I saw like one of her mods active, and I'm looking for mods. You know, I have like no fucking mods, so I just was like, hey, like how do I hire a mod? Like what do I do? I'll fucking pay you money. I'll do anything. And then I was just like, hey, did you?
Oh,
how did
word,
you
I can
become
mod for you.
a mod? And he responded right away, and he's like, I've known Ammo for a long time, and I've been a committed fan, and she said she really needed some help, and so that's how we got along, and this was a couple years ago, and I was like, wow, dude, that's crazy. So I really think she's just like us, you know, normal streamers that started out, except for she was sucking on microphones in a hot tub, and she did it right.
I think she
And,
created that though, didn't she?
I'm not too sure.
I'm
I
pretty
think,
sure she's
Bella
been banned for it
Delphine-
like three
5
times.
I just read
Five.
it. I literally just read her whole thing 5 different times.
Does
She's
she
been
fart in
banned-
bathtubs and sell that too? Is that a
No,
thing?
that was Belle Delphine.
Yeah, Belle Delphine. That's another
Belle
role model.
Delphine
of mine. I
sold
definitely am.
bathwater.
Fart
So
water.
I definitely think she's cool too.
That's definitely my type. I'm gonna have to follow.
Except for the thing is, I'm trying to combine them all into one and be that at the same time. If I have to like shart in panties and sell it for $5,000, that'd be my dream. You know, not
But
really.
you-
but it'd be
but,
cool.
but not really, bro.
I'm
that's
down.
the,
I'm-
that's
I
the
might
do it
enigma
too.
that is you. Like you throw that off to people, but you don't actually mean it.
No, it's clickbait. And then if people want to take it seriously, they can. Or
Right.
make a meme out of it. I'd be happy.
You could
So
sub
honestly-
once a month until you get it. Someday I might do it.
Yeah, right.
For $5 a
Like,
month,
what is
you
it?
can find out.
Donate $5 and I'll do a jumping jack. And if they do, I'll just grab my Barbie doll and make it do a jumping jack on stream. I'm like, oh, you dirty person. And then just throw it to the
Right.
side and be like, thanks for your money. And my other plan was to create an OnlyFans and then just take provocative photos of G.I. Joe and Barbie together while Ken is just very angry on the side.
In the corner.
And have them censored. And then guys would pay so much money to, uncensor these photos and just, yeah, that's my plan.
That it's actually the literal definition of what you wrote the photo is, right? Like,
Oh yeah, no, it would be like I would have the Barbie doll in a hot tub, like butt naked, and be like naked hot tub, dripping wet, whatever,
Barbie.
provocative, whatever. Barbie in a hot tub, and everybody would obviously assume the worst.
Assume,
'Cause y'all
right.
are disgusting, but it's really PG. Let's be real here. And yeah,
find,
things would be fine. They would get what they got in the description. I would not.
I mean,
I
yeah,
would
it's not. I'm not lying to you. It's just not what you
lying
thought
to
it
you,
was.
right? Exactly. That's the thing.
You had a
that's
different
the-
expectation.
That's the thing
Yeah.
that I find hilarious about the posts on Facebook that she's put. She's literally banned on like all of the Facebook groups. Like
Yeah.
all the Facebook, they literally ban her because of the post that she puts. You go into her stream, she's mad normal, bro. Like
Yeah.
mad normal, like chilling, just like nothing at all. So I find that to
There are my moments where, don't get me wrong, like most of the time I'm chill, but if I am alone with a guy on a microphone, I will fuck with him. I will literally fuck with him.
In a
And there are
game?
oh yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Like I do that all the time. And they're like, who the fuck is this? I'm like, bro, I will slap the skin right off your fucking nutsack. And then it just starts from there.
Who's that girl? There's a girl who is literally viral for like pretending to, what does she do? She
Do a male voice? Like she has a male voice?
Does she do a male voice and then she's
Yeah, but then she like she's also really funny too.
and she's super pretty. She has glasses.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah. That's her.
Lou something, I think it is.
Lou something. Right.
Yeah. So take that personality, then take Amarath, then take Bella Delphine, and then take a little bit of Doc. Combine that into one person. That's what I'm trying to fucking do out.
Trying to put into a bottle and sell.
Yeah, if they all fucked at an orgy. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that, but if they all made love.
Oh, this
and,
is rated.
you know, had a baby.
This is like this kind of chat. Like this is how my daily stream, or I don't want to say daily, but my normal stream, definitely not daily. But you're fine. Don't worry. This is how my daily streams go. They're off the wall.
Yeah. But
So
if they
you're
had a
fine.
baby,
You don't have to
that's-
apologize.
I am their child, and they are mine.
You have to do the mustache then.
I know. I would totally do a
'Cause,
mustache.
like, somebody,
But I
like-
feel like I should do a beard, like you know, like a
could
really
definitely
Like a whole
do
goatee, like one of the chin strap.
Yeah.
That's
why
super
not?
popular around here.
Yeah, little baby one of mine.
You saw 14,000 people sunbathing, watching someone sunbathe. See, the thing is though, is who is in those chats? Let's be honest.
Yo, speaking of all this nonsense, have you noted? Like, have you seen?
Fucking kings.
Wh-
Kings.
what
are
is
in
that-
there.
that-
Fucking kings.
What was her name? Natalia? What was that COD streamer
Nadia.
we said was hacked? Nadia. She does like poolside streams. now.
IRL streams now, yeah.
Yeah.
I did not know that she had a girlfriend. I didn't know that.
Dude, I saw a chick
girl.
streamer literally playing Call of Duty Shipment while she was in a hot tub, and she was doing great.
It's probably
that
her.
was the day. That was the day I knew I wanted to be an ultimate e-girl
She
sensation.
was doing great. She was getting kills, dubs.
That was probably Nadia.
While she was literally in a hot tub, and I was like, "Is this bitch?" And I was like, "Bro, like all I gotta do is just be like a titty e-girl streamer, whatever the fuck." And then I make my dreams come
And I'm
true.
in.
But I can't.
I'm fucking in.
I can't do, bro. I can't. But at the end of the day, I love trolling. So I've settled for who I am, and I'm okay with that.
So it's not wrong, right? So Hadouken and Big Pete are talking about how they saw somebody on Twitch sunbathing, and there was 14,000 people watching.
Crazy.
Now, could you imagine just like even 3 or 4 people gathering around that person and just staring at them? Like how
That'd be-
awkward that would be? It would be so creepy.
I'd be one
It
of
would
those
be.
people staring. What?
But just
With a
think
tip
about
jar.
how. What's that?
With the tip
the
jar.
tip
Bring
jar.
a tip jar.
I would throw some Monopoly money and maybe like the railroad card, just for good luck.
I'd do it if you threw all 4.
I don't know, man. That's a hard bargain. Railroad's hard
So-
to come by.
So, what do you see yourself doing in streaming in a year? What's your goals?
I actually don't really have any goals. This is like, you know, people say this is for fun. Like, I legitimately, I don't even know if I want partnership. I just like trolling. And my buddy Firestorm,
That's
he's my neighbor. So he's like my handyman. He's like a computer nerd. And every time shit breaks down, I literally call him on Discord. I'm like, Firestorm, my shit broke down. Can you come help me? Because I am not super computer literate. Like, I know enough to know enough, but I can't build a computer from scratch, like off the top of my head. You know what I mean? I just
Right,
can't.
yeah.
I don't. But when it comes to streaming and trying to get something out of it, I just want people to laugh. Like, I like people having a dark, chill sense of humor. I don't like hostility. I don't like anger and aggression and whatever. I like to have the last laugh at the end of the day and be kind of like a comedian in a sense. So I'm not really looking for even partnership. I mean, it'd be cool. I'm not saying it wouldn't. Like, that'd be awesome to reach there. And I'd take it even more serious than I am now. I'd be more of a cucumber sucking, microphone licking girl. But right now, I just got to keep it chill, keeping the throat relaxed, taking my time, playing my Call of Duty, and so on and so forth. You know what I mean? You feel me?
That's awesome.
Well, I mean, I wish you luck in your journey of you know, microphone licking, cucumber sucking,
whatever else
hot
is
tub.
keeping your
hot tub COD playing. I hope that it really does take off.
Thanks,
I'm in your corner, dude.
bro. Thank you. Much appreciated. Tell your friends, tell your kid, tell your wives, tell everybody.
So in other news,
Is there other?
I wanted to just bring something up real quick, and we can go back just before I forget. Fucking Elon Musk and Twitter, right?
Oh,
I just
yeah.
wanted to bring it up real quick. So he was doing an interview, sitting down with a friend of his, and the friend of his said, "Listen, something that you said about the war in Israel, which I'm not gonna talk about. Please don't comment on it. I'm not getting into that." He commented something about it on Twitter, and a lot of these different companies did not agree with what he said. They said it was racist. They said it was hateful. They said it was a bunch of stuff. So they're pulling their advertisements from Twitter, from X, and the potential for it to bankrupt X is actually realistic. So there's something like $2.3 billion between the companies that pulled their advertising revenue from there. That $2.3 billion a year, I guess. Just Disney on Twitter. $2.3 billion. So for it to just be taken away, and there's a bunch of different companies that are doing it. So Elon Musk, the rich bastard that he is, decides that he's not going to deal with this shit. He doesn't care. Doesn't care that's what's happening. He sat on stage and he said, "If you're going to blackmail me with money, go fuck yourself."
Oh, I saw that clip. Like just that part.
That was
Go
badass.
fuck
That was
yourself.
fucking badass, bro. I'm
He-
sorry, but I
he-
thought
he-
that was really cool.
He actually turned his head and then turned back and looked around and was like, "Does someone have something to say?" No, nothing. Yeah, go fuck yourself. I hope I made that clear. Hello, Bob.
Yeah,
If you're in the
I
audience.
seen that video.
So I'm thinking, like, how do you have that kind of fucking stones to tell these massive corporations to go fuck themselves unless you know something that they don't? And he believes that the public, the actual Twitter user, will not allow that to happen. I ask you all, let's start with you, Barbie. What do you think about that? What do you think of Elon Musk saying fuck you to Disney and Verizon and all these other companies?
It was
that won't-
Disney and another company. I can't remember. There was two companies that were really famous that he said
super
fuck you to.
famous.
Yeah, and when I saw that video, I thought it was badass. This guy has so much money, he doesn't need to bat a fucking eyelash towards these companies because these companies brings in more revenue for him, right? That's the sole propriety purpose of why they're even there to begin with. So when he doesn't even bat an eyelash towards these big companies to bring in much money for their advertisements, commercials, whatever, because he's getting like fat stacks on the fucking seconds, right, of these advertisements, whatever it is. He makes so much revenue elsewhere. Why the fuck should he care? Why, honestly? If you were in his shoes and you made so much goddamn money and you had
Twitter.
without Twitter, he bought out Twitter. Come on, like what the fuck? Like this motherfucker is so rich. Why would he
I
even
think
care?
he's
Like
the
he
first
does
or second.
not care. He literally does not care. He's just moving about his life. He's like, if you want to fucking leave, there's the door. Don't let it hit you on the way out. That's his attitude, and I love it.
So Joe Rogan actually said, he said that there's not many people in the world that have fuck you money.
But he does.
He definitely
Elon Musk
That
does.
guy is a walking fuck you
Elon
money.
Musk has fuck
And
you
he
money,
has-
and it
He is
just didn't.
anybody-
It's not making sense to the people that are writing and talking about this that he actually has the money to say fuck you. So what people don't get is that he's making this chip for your head, right? What is it called again? Do you remember? The something link? He's making a chip for people that are paraplegic and that have
I had no idea. I
vision.
don't even know.
And he actually wants to drill quarter-size holes in people's skulls. Only willing participants, right? We've talked about this on the
Oh,
podcast
Jesus
before,
Christ.
right? And put a chip in your head, and it's supposedly gonna, take away blindness and deafness and help people walk again. Theoretically, it can do a whole lot more than that. So I was watching somebody talk about how in order to create a chip like that, you need to have a network. Like I was talking earlier about how the Discord AI responds to the culture that we created inside of the Discord.
Sure.
So that's what the chip will essentially be like with X. X is that web of information, right? So you're essentially going to be able to have the access to that kind of knowledge of the internet instantly. So like your phone would be in your brain. Like think about that. Like you're literally your phone and all that shit is just would be implanted into your brain.
You ever seen the TV show called Black Mirror?
The one on Netflix.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're none of them are related, right? It's all different. They're all different.
Every single episode's different, but one of them is relating to exactly what you're talking about. So it has the same AI implemented into your brain. You could bring back a scenario, like let's say you and I chat in person, and then I want to bring back that scenario, and I can go bring back the scenario in my brain, and so on and so forth, because the chip that's in my brain.
Or you can literally rewatch it again, or actually watch it as a memory.
But the downside is what happened at the end of the story, and I think this is why it probably wouldn't succeed. There's many reasons why. Is he found out that his wife was cheating, and he saw it virtually through her eyes, and he ended up wanting to stab out the microchip in his eye because he couldn't handle the brutal truth of watching, even though she was trying to hide it. So he's just chipping away, and then there's another. Yeah, you can't take it away. It's permanently.
Yeah.
Now, there's another
Oh my
episode that's
God.
completely different, which also made me think too as well. This is why I like Black Mirror, because it really brings truth into reality. Like, there's 3 of them that I love. The second one is there's a helmet that you put on, and everything that you feel, I could feel. If you're feeling pain in your left leg, I could feel that. So that way doctors can determine like how you feel. What is that ache? What is going on? It seems like a genius idea, right? But actually it's completely wrong. So it gets twisted and used where the doctor takes that helmet, puts it on, goes and has an orgy and can feel the multiple orgasms from the women and the men all at once. And he's getting super hyper addictive to it. He's just like, I gotta have it, I need it, yada yada. And then he turns into a sick addict, and it actually ruins him. And I think like the chip explodes and it ruins his brain or whatever.
So wait,
it's actually
I didn't see that
impact.
Episode. When
Later on seasons has
is
to
that
be.
a newer season? Because
No, that's an old one. That's an old one. That's actually a really good, that's a classic old one, and I'll send it to you. Let's see if
send
I
it
can
to me because I
find
pick
it.
and choose which Black Mirrors I watch. I
I
can't
am
lie.
too. I'm picky.
I'm
Thor character,
Oh,
I
good.
think. Was a Thor character in that one?
Might have been. I don't know. It's here.
I think he was the doctor.
so the one that I just recently saw that was just totally
Hemsworth?
it was
Hemsworth, I think.
so the one that I
It's
just saw
called
with
Black
Aaron Paul.
Museum. It's
Black
called Black
Museum?
Museum.
Let me
Yeah,
look.
it's called Addicted to Pain, Black Mirror's Black Museum.
So the one that I just saw recently, me and my wife watched it. It was very predictable. Aaron Paul was in it, and they were like in space on some like
Oh, Star
fucking-
Trek, the Star Trek one.
it was
That's
like
The last
wasn't
season,
Star Trek.
right?
It was this last season that just came out,
Okay.
but it was like they got to sit in this chair, and then there was this like fake version of their body that was asleep in their
Oh
home.
yeah. I
Right?
know what you're talking. Yeah,
It was
I
a
see
very
that one.
predictable.
Yeah, that one was
um,
alright. That one
yeah,
was
it was
okay.
it was predictable, but it was a cool concept, right?
Yeah.
Like the concept was cool. I don't want to
Yeah.
ruin the joke. Museum. I mean, not the joke. Black Museum. Wow, that came up quick. Black Mirror Museums. Yeah, see, I have not seen this one, but I'm gonna watch this like tonight.
So that's a good one, and another good one for like social media. People are always worried about likes and comments and stuff like that. Another good one that Black Mirror made was about this woman who, the society in general lives off of likes and people who rate you on a scale of 1 to 5, right? And you go out in public with your phone and you just give them a 5-star right off the bat in front of them as they give you your cappuccino. But if some people rate you low, and if you get to a certain like a 2.0 or low, you start to become homeless. So this is all about being liked on social media or but it's face to face, right? Has to do with your job, where you work. If you want to rent a car, you have to be like a 3.5 or higher on social media, and it's just like it's crazy. And at the very end, it's so like emotional. Like she just pretty much says, who gives a fuck about what people think? Like it's just, the ending was just like, yeah, fuck Fuck them all.
Rating
Who
everywhere.
cares?
Nosedive.
them all.
Black Mirror. Lacey rates coworker. Social credit system. It's called Nosedive.
Yes. Yeah, that one is
Season
super
3,
intense. Like
episode
that is
1.
really good. If you guys are like into social media, obviously because we're streamers, this is a really good show to just watch, just to see how society can be, and then how it can crash down, and who cares at the end, right? If something like bad happens or whatever, I don't know. It's just a really good watch, and I recommend it.
Yeah, there's some.
Those
gotta
are
watch
my
it.
Black Mirror, like go watch, go forth and enjoy.
I'm gonna watch
never
both of
heard of
those.
it.
Black Mirror.
I watched Black Mirror. I
Oh,
watched
you
like the
guys,
first
you
season.
guys know I don't fuck with TV. Excuse me.
Oh, it's so good.
Black
You need to watch Black Mirror. You don't have to watch it every single episode. It's just sporadic. Like you could
Yeah.
start on episode
Yeah.
6 and episode 10. It doesn't
Everything
matter.
is
My
different.
least
I didn't
favorite
realize about that.
episode was cool. I
Right,
like that
yep.
I
episode.
saw that one. Yep. That was crazy.
I watched that episode. I watched another one where
Did you watch the video gamer one where the guy got fucking sucked in?
guys
to the video game?
were gay. They ended up
Oh,
being
that
gay.
one. Yeah, the Mortal Kombat one. That one was
Yeah.
good.
No, wait, there's
that
a
was
different
good.
video game one.
There's a different video game one where a guy goes to be a test subject, and it's so 3D. It's like putting on 3D virtual glasses, but like without the glasses. He puts a fucking chip in their head, and you can see everything 3D. And it was a horror game, so he goes in the horror game, and the build up and the very end is kind of like watching like Shawshank Redemption. It's a twist, or like it's something that you wouldn't expect, and you're like, oh my fucking god. Like it's one of those endings where you're like, holy shit.
Sounds like The Matrix.
Like that's like yeah, and it's one of those. I don't know which that one. I gotta look that one up. That one's really good though.
Good night,
But-
Big Pete. Yo, see, the good episodes go quick. You know what I mean? The good episodes
yeah.
go
Facts.
quick.
Big facts.
The anytime we're talking and having fun, the hour just flies by. It's done. It's over. I mean, 57 minutes gone.
2-hour podcast? No, just kidding.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Who's next? We can't.
By the way, that one that I'm talking about is called Playtest. So check out Playtest. That's all I gotta say. That's another good one. If you play video games and like horror games, check it out.
The battery's dead again, bros.
And my battery's dead, so
Yeah.
that means I'm done.
Oh,
we're done
man.
anyway. We're all
On
good.
a positive note,
Barbie.
it's just about time to go.
Thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate you. I can't
Yeah,
wait to see
For
where
real.
it takes you. Your stream enjoy.
Thanks.
I think your whole gimmick, like the whole thing, not even the gimmick. This is you, right? This is your
Yeah, this is
personality.
me. Yep.
Yeah, I think it's hilarious. And if people don't get it, then fuck them. You know.
I
Exactly.
think it's hilarious that she's
Kick
saying, "This
rocks.
is me," as her
Fuck
camera
off.
dies.
Yeah.
This is me. Not here.
My camera just couldn't understand how awesome I was, so it fucking
Yeah, it
died.
can't handle
Anyways, talk to you guys later.
Hey, bye guys.
Let me just rate out. Hold up.
SP.
Gotta press the buttons.
Thank you guys all for hanging out with us. It's been fun. Shampoo, enjoy your stream, dude. We'll catch you guys for the 80th episode this coming Wednesday. Peace out.
You meant Friday.
I did mean Friday. No, it's not Friday.
Next Friday.
Today's Wednesday. Shit. All right, cool.